Okay, let's get this started. It's a little before the hour, but I think people will continue to join us. Right, yeah, we're expecting around 33 individuals. Right now we have half of that, which is fine. We are recording this webinar, so don't feel like you have to write everything down. On top of that, we will be emailing you this deck that I'll be presenting pretty much within the hour after the webinar. So as I mentioned via the chat box, we will maintain you all on mute because we have a lot to cover. However, please, I will be pausing from time to time to see if there's any questions. So feel free to write in your questions or write in your questions at any time because I will stop to answer them because I want to make sure that I capture your thought in the moment as well. It's likely that it'll be relevant to what I'm talking about. So let me introduce myself again. My name is Lily Arguello. I'm the membership manager here at PIHRA, and I'm delighted to be of service to you. I joined PIHRA in 2014, and it's important for you to know that I was a member of PIHRA Long Beach, before I ever dreamed of becoming a staff person. And if you're curious as to how my career progression went in that way, we could talk offline or we could chat later via email. I'm also here with Elisette Sapian. Elisette, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today in today's member orientation webinar. My name is Elisette Sapian, and I have been here with PIHRA for almost 2 years, maybe. Yeah, around there. So it's been great. Like Lily mentioned, we're here to serve you. So please feel free to reach out to us whenever you have questions, whenever you have any doubts. I might also be the first person you speak with if you dial the main number. But feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions about your membership, about PIHRA in general. So I hope you guys enjoy the webinar, and please be as interactive as possible. So we'll try to answer your questions as we go by.
Yeah, so you'll see a picture of us in a second, but we're both highlighting that we want you to be as interactive as possible. I know it's through the question box and chat box, but we're going to be looking out for your questions and for your engagement. And we have a nice gift for you. We will send you this beautiful PIHRA Padfolio in the mail. And usually what we do is, as I am presenting, I will give you some information about PIHRA's history or, some information regarding our seminars and conferences, and I'll ask a little trivia question before we break right around 12:45. And whoever's the first person to answer the question via the chat box will win. So that's what you'll win if you answer first. So here's who we are, just so you have a visual of us. I'm the person in the middle, Lily, and our contact information is on here. So again, feel free to reach out at any time. I'm really good with email, so email me. I usually get back to people within 24 hours, if not sooner. And then there's Elisette on the left, on the right, I'm sorry, of the screen, my other left. And she's the first person you'll likely speak to here when you call in the main number. So I also want to introduce you to Dylan Robertson, our VP of Membership Development. I will speak to you more about volunteer leadership, but he's a volunteer leader on the PIHRA board. He's actually a member of the PIHRA Executive Committee, and he is just a great person to know. He's a connector and influencer out there in the HR community, and also very accessible. So you will have his email address and his phone number here on the deck too that you'll receive. So we're all really excited about being a part of this community, and we want to make sure that you feel a part of the community as well. So what's the PIHRA mission? PIHRA provides communities, professional development, and resources to advance the human resources professional. And we've been doing that for close to, it's going to be 75 years. We were established in 1944 by a group of personnel managers. That's what HR managers were called back then in 1944. And they were interested in coming together to talk about the future of the HR career, and whether there would be a need for a certification, what sorts of degree programs would be out there to help people who were interested in this sort of career to get ahead and to get the competencies they need. So this group of personnel managers, they met actually in downtown Los Angeles. So PIHRA Los Angeles, that meets out of downtown, is our District 1, our first district actually. And they got together and started the association. Back then they were called PIHRA, P-I-R-A, Professionals of Industrial Relations Association. I believe that's it. Professionals Industrial Relations Association, because that was kind of what the academic area was around with respect to human resources. It was all around industrial relations. So we've evolved since then, but I also like to mention at this point in my presentation that we were established before SHRM, the Society of Human Resource Management. You should know SHRM. If you don't, now you do. They are the global HR society, and we are affiliated with them. So they surpassed us in strength and in membership, but we actually were established before them. So I'd like to add that there. So that's a little bit of history, if you're a history buff. Let's talk a little bit about some key players in the association. So here I am presenting to you Patty Ann Sprinkle. She's the 2018 president of the PIHRA Board of Directors, another volunteer leader. She has over 30 years experience as an HR professional, and she recently retired. So she's been an active member of PIHRA for more than 20 years and has been active as a leader at least for 10 to 15 of those years. She was most recently the chair of the Antelope Valley chapter, and she's just excited to give back and just a great person to know, and very energetic and very upbeat. So this is a great place to hone your leadership skills, and we'll be talking about that throughout this presentation. It's very important that you become a leader in and of yourself, and I think that taking on a leadership position as a volunteer is looked favorably upon by most employers. They want to see that you're taking an initiative out there, and so PIHRA is a low-risk place for you to start building that capacity and becoming the secretary of a chapter, or the membership chair of a chapter, or even the president, or the chair of a chapter, so that you can start utilizing those persuasion skills and time management skills and planning skills, and demonstrate that in your career in that way. Also want to introduce you to Rafael Rivera. He's my boss. He's the executive director of PIHRA. He has extensive experience developing associations and creating top-notch conference programming. I really credit him for the success of our California HR conference. We are now the largest human resource conference in the Western region, and it's really, I think, because of him, and I'm delighted to be on his team. All right, so what does our membership look like? You might be asking, like, who are my cohorts as members? And so I developed this slide to kind of communicate that. 83% of our members are female. Our top 3 industries represented by membership are manufacturing, consulting, and healthcare. And over 50% of our members work for organizations with 500 employees or more. So it's kind of interesting as you're out there networking or obtaining professional development at our monthly meetings. You may want to know who you're sitting next to. Right around 40% of our members are at the manager generalist level, and 22% are at the director, HR director or beyond level, VPs, etc. Right now, right around 35% of our members are HR certified through HRCI or SHRM, the SHRM certification that came out in 2015. So the HR certification is very important to our members, and we want to support that. So you'll see that at the monthly meetings. The professional development component is always, I mean, I think it's 99% of the time approved for professional development credits or recertification credits. Yeah, and if you have any questions, let me know. Sometimes I get questions regarding our demographic because people are interested in finding out more about HR in a certain industry or things like that. So again, I don't see any questions right now, so I'll just keep going. If you are not a member, or if you are due to renew soon, and if you have any questions about that, you can email us at membership@PIHRA.org. But we do have campaigns, membership campaigns from time to time. And right now we're running a 3-month membership extension campaign. So if you renew or join by March 31st, we usually have an annual membership, but you'll get a 15-month membership for the price of 12. Our membership is usually $150 per year. If you renew by the expiration date, you will receive a renewal discount of $25. So you can renew at $125. So let me know if you have any questions about campaigns and things of that sort. But I think this is a fun thing, and our members really like the 3-month extension. So why become a member? What is the value to you becoming a member? Well, I've been able to monetize that, and I've calculated that the PIHRA membership, which again is $150 a year, is valued up to $3,000. So you receive $3,000 worth of services for $150 a year. And this table kind of outlines some of the key benefits that our members are utilizing. I think it's really important. As I did consulting and worked with a lot of HR managers in the past, and what I found is a lot of HR managers kind of are on an island. It's a lonely place sometimes, and especially if you have a small HR department. And so what we bring to the HR managers, you don't have to be alone. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to do HR alone, because that could be scary. So come to PIHRA, build your HR community, build your HR board of directors through our face-to-face networks. We are the largest HR community in Southern California. I don't know if I mentioned this, but we're the largest SHRM affiliate in the world. So this is a real place to be if you haven't grown that HR sounding board that I think all of us need, regardless of our profession. If you're not active in a professional community, you know what? If it's not PIHRA, find one to become active in. You don't want to be caught in a layoff or caught with a real difficult situation in your organization and have no one to turn to for input. So please, I encourage you to do that. Don't wait to start networking until things get a little desperate for you. I know, I don't like going out either to do those networking things, but it's really important. We also have resources and tools that I want to make sure you know about. We have access to Think HR's award-winning HR Compliance Center. That's where you would have access to Ask an HR Advisor, which is a telephone-based HR consulting service that you have access to. You have 12 calls per year. The number is on here. All you got to do is give them your name and company name, and I've called them. They'll provide input to you, some resources, and also follow up with any documentation via email. And then there's some other things we have here. We have access to the HR Compliance Center, which includes an employee handbook builder, a job description builder. Just those two things alone, if you would purchase the job description builder and the employee handbook builder, it would cost you $1,000 on its own. We also have access to Career Arc, which is an online workforce readiness. So if you're looking for your next job, they have online workshops. They even have a tool where you can videotape yourself answering interview questions. And it's so important when you're giving a speech or when you're talking that you practice and that you see what you look like, so that you can, anything that you're doing, like using your hands too much, or my eyes get really big myself, and it's hard to stop that, or if I'm stuttering, so you want to just practice and practice. I thought that was an excellent tool. So there's tons of things, and this is just some of the benefits that you have access to. So I do see a question, so I'm going to pause for a second, see if I can get it to it. So we have a question, do we have members that represent search firms? Yes, we do have members that represent search firms, for example, Robert Half, Kelly Services, and there's more. That we kind of class, it depends on whether they're recruiting in-house, because there are large organizations that have their own recruiting function, or outside. If they're outside recruiters, we kind of bundle those folks in a group called service providers, and that group of service providers could include executive search folks, recruiters, insurance brokers, financial advisors, career coaches, and that makes up around 11% of our membership base. So hopefully that answers your question. If you have any follow-up questions, let me know. Okay, let's move on here, and let's talk a little bit about PIHRA Premium. Now, this is, in the last year, we have established this upgraded benefits level, if you will, and this slide compares what you would get for the $150 per year, the PIHRA membership, with the PIHRA Premium. So it's through our partner, ThinkHR, that we offer this. You get unlimited calls to the live HR consultant-based service that I just talked about. You would get the 50-state handbook builder, the employee handbook builder, so it would cover all 50 states. So you would be guaranteed that any California laws that you need to be careful about are in your handbook builder. And it would also, this is the wow factor for me, it would include ThinkHR Learn, which is an online learning management system that you can utilize to provide online training to all of the employees in your organization. And you could develop training tracks. So for example, if you have if you work with a manufacturing company, you can create training tracks regarding safety and track employees to make sure that they've taken all the trainings that they need, and then they'd be able to print out their own certificates after they complete the training. This learning management system also includes AB 1825 mandatory sexual harassment training, so you can cover that with your organization. If you have an organization of, I believe, over 50 employees, that's mandatory. So, and plus you probably want all of, now with the whole Me Too era, you probably want all your employees trained in sexual harassment and how to prevent that, and also microaggression harassment, just to make sure that you're fostering a healthy workplace. You know, we spend a lot of time at work. We want to be happy at work. I think that will make everybody happy. So let's talk about networking. I emphasize the idea of don't wait until things get a little squirmy at work and you're looking for the new job. Don't wait until you have something as an HR person that you have to deal with that's very difficult and you want some advice and you just want to hear how other people have experienced this. So build that network. It's vitally important. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. Come out with us. We have more and more activities in the evenings if you can't go to the monthly meetings, and I'll get to the monthly meetings in a moment. But on March 17th, we have an activity on, it's a Saturday. If you are in transition or you are thinking about that next career move, this is a great program. It's free, which is great too. They're going to be meeting at, I think it's a credit union in Glendale, but the topic is the leadership journey for career transition. So I thought that was a very interesting topic. On March 21st, PIHRA South Bay, they're going to be meeting for happy hour at the Marmalade Cafe in El Segundo. And then on April 18th, PIHRA Los Angeles, that meets downtown, they're going to do a happy hour at Chaya in downtown. These are great groups, so just go out there. You know, my New Year's resolution in 2018 is to go out more and to go at least on one date. And the date could be with anybody. So once a month. So that's my New Year's resolution, because I just want to enjoy myself and be more connected. So I don't know what your resolution is, but try to go out at least once a quarter. And PIHRA is a way to do that as well. There's over right now, I'm just doing my membership report. We have over 4,100 members throughout Southern California, and they represent over 2,400 companies. So there's a lot of knowledge out there that may help you deal with something that maybe you're dealing with now, or maybe you're going to deal with later. So go out there. There's also networking opportunities at our employment law seminars and our annual conference. And we just had PIHRA annual legal update in January. That usually takes place in January, but the California HR conference is coming up in August. So if you have a training budget, look out for the conference. There's over 65 learning sessions over 30 days, and I'll talk to you in a second about that. But just get out there. PIHRA is a great place to do the networking and community building. I mentioned we have 17 chapters. So this is a map of our chapters. Let's see, we cover a pretty large geographic footprint. We go as far east as PIHRA Coachella Valley. They meet out in Desert Hot Springs. We go south to Southwest Riverside and Temecula and South Orange County. Our PIHRA South Orange County meets out in Newport Beach. They're our largest chapters. They can have upwards to 100 people at each of their monthly meetings. So that's a vibrant chapter to be a part of. All our chapters are great, but that's the largest. We go as far north as Antelope Valley. They meet out of Palmdale. And Santa Clarita, they meet out of Newhall. And Ventura County, that group meets out of Camarillo. We go as far west as Westwood, Brentwood, our PIHRA West LA group, and the South Bay. Our South Bay group is a great group as well. They're all great, but they meet out of Hawthorne. And each of our chapters has their own little culture. And so I encourage you probably, when you became a member, selected your preferred chapter. But you can, as a member, you can go to any chapter meeting at the discounted member rate. So, you know, if you want to get active as a leader, you might want to check out a couple of chapters to see where you feel most comfortable. I recommend that in anything you do, to kind of see where you fit best. Our second and third and fourth largest chapters are the following. So Los Angeles, downtown, is our second largest chapter. Our third largest chapter is North Orange County, right here. They meet out of, let's see if I can get this to work here. They meet out of Anaheim Hills. And then I think fourth largest is actually South Bay, and they meet out of Hawthorne. And all of these are just really great groups. So I encourage you to go out, and each of the chapter meetings, most of them meet monthly. They have a networking component, a meal, and professional development where you can earn recertification credits. So there is a charge to go to the monthly meetings, but as a member, you get a discount to that. So I don't see any questions, so I'm going to keep moving forward. I want to let you know about some of the specialty groups we have within PIHRA. We have the PIHRA Foundation. It's a separate 501c3, and their focus is serving the HR community by raising money for scholarships and programs, and they also do some community work as part of, I think were started in the 1980s, and they wrote and published a booklet called You and Your First Job, and they go out to the high schools and the colleges speaking to young people about how to prepare for their first job and interviewing skills and getting them ready to get that first position. So it's a great way to give back. They have scholarships that they offer our members and non-members, so you don't have to be a member. For example, in the spring and fall, they offer grants for people who are becoming HR certified or who want to get a degree in HR. They also offer stipends to attend the California HR conference. You do have to be in transition, and we define in transition as people who are currently not working, or at least here at home office. We also include those people who are underemployed. So say, for example, you were employed as an HR director at one point, but now you've had to, for whatever reason, take a position as a HR coordinator or a generalist. So it's kind of underemployed. And they also host a silent auction at the California HR conference, which if you haven't gone, it's just so fun to go to. I love silent auctions myself. So anyway, that's what the PIHRA Foundation does. And let's talk a little bit about the fun side of HR. Definitely the fun side of PIHRA. It's called Club PIHRA, and they focus on working with HR folks who are responsible for employee recognition events, the Christmas party, the summer picnic, things of that sort. So they host events once a quarter. Their last event was, sorry, I'm trying to, I hope I'm not distracted. I'm distracted, I apologize. But their last event was a day at the zoo. And their events are great. They're always fun. So, for example, at the zoo, they had an early morning breakfast. They had a program, so you were able to get recertification credit. And then you probably, I think they had a vendor, so they'll introduce you to all the vendors that you may need to know if you have to host an event. And I got it. And you're able to go into the zoo afterwards. They had events at Magic Mountain. They had events at the House of Blues and downtown Disney. So they just have a lot of great fun. And if you could join them, and if that's something in your wheelhouse in terms of putting on events, you'll probably want to go to one of their events. Okay, so I'm having trouble going from monitor to monitor, folks. I'm sorry. Let's see if I can do this. The next thing I want to talk to you about is PIHRA Young Professionals. And okay, here we go. PIHRA Young Professionals. This group was established in 2015. I'm really proud of this group. I helped launch it, and we won the SHRM Pinnacle Award for our work in this area. Their focus is to help young professionals get equipped and stay engaged and be in the know so that they can excel in their HR careers. They have their own committee, and it's made up of young professionals. So if you are a young professional and want to get involved and hone your leadership skills, this is a great group to be involved with. Their next meeting is on March 24th. It's a Saturday, and they're going to be at Santa Anita Race Park. And they're going to be talking about leadership styles and the things you need to know to position yourself as a leader in your organization and in your career. So, and plus it's going to be at Santa Anita, so I'm sure they're going to have some fun, and they'll have some appetizers or a meal. And the last event there was a big hit. So feel free to stay in touch with them, sign up for notifications at these URLs, and follow them on Twitter. I don't see any questions yet, so I'll keep going. There's also, if you are just adamant, like you don't have time to go out, or you're just shy, which I'm telling you, you need to overcome that, because I'm very shy. You would never guess it, but I just had to overcome it because of my career. But if all those things are true for you, there's some online networking tools as well. So we have a PIHRA forum where people interact. They ask questions of each other, ask for referrals, and that's the URL to get there. We also have the PIHRA LinkedIn group. So if you're not a part of that group, join. If you're a member, you will be automatically approved, probably within a week. If you're not a member, but you're an HR practitioner, we approve you automatically. If you're a service provider, like I described earlier, we probably won't approve you right away. You will need to become a member, just because we're trying to avoid any hard sells on the page. Also connect with us via Facebook at facebook.com/PIHRA. And we do have a Twitter line and an Instagram line, and we're on YouTube, but they're not as active as we would like, but you could always connect with us there as well. Here's some information on also connecting via our PIHRA.org portal. This is new. It's called PIHRA Social Link, and you'd access it by signing in to PIHRA.org with your PIHRA username and password. And this is what you'll see when you're when you log in. So let's see if I could do this. So what you'll want to do is make sure that you're at the My Feed. And it's kind of this Facebook platform, and you can write in whatever you like and chat with people, get to know people, add people to your connections, and then you could also access your profile and make changes to your profile. If you've perhaps changed jobs or something like that, the PIHRA membership follows you. We don't have corporate membership, so it's not a corporate membership. It will follow you, so make sure that you know that and your employer knows that, because I know a lot of employers pay for that. But we're hoping that employers want you to be successful personally and as a part of their organization. So it's usually not an issue, but yes, your membership follows you. Okay, let's talk a little bit about learning. I think a lot of you come to PIHRA to develop professionally, and I'm having problems again with my, here we go. To develop professionally and want to know, what should I be out there, where do I learn? Where do I pick up the HR expertise that I need to be successful? So let's talk a little bit about that. First, you get a discount as a member for all your continuing education through PIHRA. It's a minimum savings of $15 at the monthly meetings. So again, PIHRA members pay at least $15 less than non-members. And then you have a discounted rate to attend PIHRA seminars like the legal update we have in January. We also have a new program coming up in April called, it's for HR Department of One. So if you're HR Department of One, or you know of someone who's a CEO and they don't have an HR department, this might be a perfect program for them. So, and also the California HR Conference. We offer certification prep courses. So if you're not certified by HRCI or SHRM, we can help you with that. This is an old slide. I apologize. Our classes have already begun, but we will have some intensive prep certification, HR certification courses coming up in late summer timeframe. So California conference, I was telling you a little bit about that. If you haven't gone to the conference, at least try to go for one day. Or if you're just not going to be able to swing that at all, the conference is probably the lowest cost HR conference that you can find. But we also have a marketplace. We call it the marketplace. It's an exhibitor hall, and we have over 200 HR partners exhibiting at the hall. We also have 2 stages where we provide fast pitch HR information in 10 to 15-minute increments. So I think starting in August or late July, you'll be able to buy a ticket to just attend the exhibit hall, and those are low cost. It's not more than $50 a day. I think it's actually $35 per day to attend that. So start thinking about this now. There's over 65 learning sessions in 6 tracks. So some of the tracks are total rewards, so compensation and rewards for HR professionals. We have employment law, anything that has to do with California law and employment law that you need to make sure you know to mitigate your organization spending thousands and millions of dollars actually in legal costs. We have leadership, so HR strategy and leadership track, and there's several more. So this is really the place to be. We'll be starting actually on the 26th on Sunday with some learning sessions, but some receptions that are really fun to attend. And also, we have this Tuesday night event. If you like evening events, this Tuesday night event this year is going to be out of this world. It's a mystery. I know who's going to be our entertainment. If you've ever gone to the SHRM conference, you know they have pretty great headliners at their entertainment night. Well, we have a great headliner this year that I'm really excited about. So any questions about the conference? I don't see any questions. I think that you can earn up to 16 recertification credits. So if you need to recertify soon, you can do it all at once. Here, I think that you'll need around 16 to 17 recert credits in 3 years. So I think it's more like 45 credits for 3 years. So you could do this all in 1 year and get all your credits for the year done. All right, no questions. So we also have some online learning opportunities. We have an online learning system that you can access by signing in to PIHRA.org. We have recorded sessions from our California conference in 2015 and 16 and 17. We also have Legal Update on there and our newest PIHRA program called HR Talent and Tech. So if you're not a member, you can access the online learning system by creating a guest account or subscriber account. And if you have any questions regarding that, visit PIHRA.org/PIHRA Learning or just contact us and we'll help you through that. Okay, I'm running out of time and I have around 10 more slides here. Let's see. Okay, tools and discounts. The PIHRA Workplace. This is our compliance center. We have PIHRA Comply, PIHRA Live, and PIHRA Learn as a part of this. This is how you log in. It's a separate login from your PIHRA.org. So if you have any trouble with that, just let us know. We'll immediately get you connected with that. But here's some instructions. And again, you'll get these slides right after this webinar. The PIHRA Live. So there's live advisors online for you to call 11 hours a day. They start at 6 a.m. Pacific time, and they go to 5 p.m. Pacific time. They have a 99% answer rate. They've solved over 150,000 issues to date. So I called them because I had a question regarding a hiring issue, and they were able to send me backup documentation on laws associated with that, and I was able to go through that process seamlessly. PIHRA Comply. This is where you want to spend some time. So allocate, an hour or so to go through this when you have a chance. There are webinars on here. Some of them are even available for credit if it's live. There's HR law summaries for all 50 states. There's a compensation, an analytics tool. There's a performance review tool. There's so much here. So, and they have search tools that will help you get to these things. But if you have any questions, let us know. We could direct you to a webinar we've done on this or help you through that process. Just great tools here, and I highly recommend that you utilize this to get the most out of your membership. Then I was talking to you about this enterprise learning tool that comes with the PIHRA premium benefit. We call it PIHRA Learn, or Think HR Learn. There's over 200 interactive courses available on it. You have access, if you upgrade, you'll have access to an expert for training advice on how to create training tracks and things of that sort. You could print out certificates, etc. So, and you could use it with an unlimited number of employees. This, in and of itself, would probably cost you around $10,000 in the year, and with PIHRA, you'd get it for $1,000, a little bit over $1,000 for the year as a member. With the membership, including the membership, it's $1,200 for the year. So it's pretty awesome, pretty awesome benefit. We also have a career center. If you want to post a job, you get up to 20% off your job posting. Our HR members, all of our members, get monthly or bi-monthly emails with the latest HR job openings that there is. You can browse them. So here's a URL to get to that. We also have a partnership with Custom Corporate Communications. We call them C3. Your organization may be eligible for free customized on-site employee training. They have all kinds of training modules, including customer service, Six Sigma, leadership training, English second language training. So if you're curious as to whether your organization qualifies, you can contact Troy with C3, and he'll help you out through that process. We have several of our organizations that are taking advantage of this free training. So we also provide some member-only discounts. Actually working on a really exciting VIP discount with a auto dealership organization. So we might be able to give you discounts on cars as well soon. But we have discounts at Cal Chamber for you and at Quick Park at the airport. At $9 a day for parking, and it's really convenient. I've used it. It's a steal. Say you're at home one evening and you're trying to figure out how to print out your receipts for a program that you attended or something like this. I want to point you to our website. So go to Member Resources and Website FAQs and Member How-To Guide. This will give you hopefully some step-by-step instructions on how to access these items while we're not in the office. But if we're in the office, give us a call or just shoot us an email and we'll help you through it, or shoot you a copy of your receipt if necessary. But I just want you to know that these tools are available to you, after hours as well. Okay, so let's see here. What's next? If you're a SHRM member, we want to know. We'd love for you to designate PIHRA as your local primary chapter. They do keep back part of your SHRM membership to us so that we can continue to invest in our programs and in our membership benefits for you. So that's part of our affiliation with SHRM, and so we know that we are better with SHRM. So we want to make sure that our partnership stays strong with SHRM, and that you know that as well. We want to make sure that you get the best of both worlds, and SHRM has some great tools as well, and we're great locally. So if you haven't designated us as your primary chapter, there's a URL here you could visit, so you can go ahead and do that. We have a pretty quiet group today. No, I don't see any questions, so hopefully this is this is a value to you. We want to make sure that you're getting as much as you can from this webinar. Communications, I want you to know you will get emails from us. Don't unsubscribe, please. If you do have a problem with the emails, shoot us an email. We'll problem solve with you and try to, maybe get you off some of the lists. But we want you to stay abreast of what's going on. So if you're a new member, you're going to get up to 10 monthly notes from us, just to make sure that you know the benefits that you should be accessing. You'll also get a e-newsletter once a week, trying to highlight some trends or special topics in HR that are current events. We also have an opportunity for you if you want to get email notifications on chapters that are not your preferred chapters. You can do that at PIHRA.org/stay informed, and it will also send you notifications on our conferences coming up and any special programs that we have coming up. All right, I think I do see a question, so I'm going to pause. I got a minute, I think. Can you read me the question?
Fatina says she's gotten 10 emails in a few days.
Okay, so yeah, why don't you email us about that, and we'll see how we'll help you out with that, because we don't want you to unsubscribe. But if it's becoming too much, we can have that conversation. So here's all of our email addresses. We want to be accessible to you, and so you'll get this. Please feel free to email us. Everyone's on there, everyone on our team. Let's see, you can connect with us online on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. So this is how you'll do that. All right, so I promised you a trivia question. Okay. So the trivia question is in what year, so the first person to answer this wins. In what year was PIHRA established? In what year was PIHRA established?
Adrian, she says 1944.
Yay! She's the first person to say, Adrian, you've won! Congratulations! Elisette will get a hold of you to confirm that we have the correct address for you to mail you the portfolio. Thanks again, everybody, for taking your lunchtime to be with us. And if you have any other questions that we haven't answered, please email me at membership@PIHRA.org. We want to make sure you get the most out of your membership. And thank you. Have a great one. We'll be in touch now with the deck, and we also recorded this, so you'll have access to the recording soon as well. Take care. Bye-bye.